How you doing, everybody? It's me, handsome lad Waddles. From the riveting Rascal to the Tuff Golem to the sneaky Sniffer, Minecraft Mod 2022 was the best ever. In honor of what could have been and what very well might be, today we take a look at some of the best mobs of all time. Let's do this, my ladies. And tips fedora. Our adventure today will begin down deep. We'll be deep in a mineshaft to playing a quick game of hide and seek for some amazing new tools with the runner-up mob. Out of the mobs that we could have gotten, I think the Rascal was maybe, to be honest, I kind of almost hate to say it, but to be honest, I think the Rascal might have been almost the most intriguing one. Like, the whole minigame hide and seek tag thing with it, it's amazing. So, that's tag number one, and now you drop the potion and you run. So, with this mod, how it's doing it, Hey, there we go. With this mob, I was doing it to make the game a little bit more challenging. The Rascal drops a potion every time we catch it, and there we go. That should be third, right? No, that was two. And you're invisible. This stuff is rigged. Yeah, that's right, guys. To check out everything we'll be checking out today, I found one of the most complete whole circle of a Minecraft mod ever. The Mod 22 mod by Nicky B 1106 Gaming. This mod is so good. Alright, so you know the rules. 3 strikes, you're out. Oh, I heard it. Oh, that would have been so cool, using, like, noise to, like, locate where the Tuff Golem is right up there. Oh, man, if only I brought a pickaxe to the cave. I hate when this happens. Yeah, this one could have seriously been so cool. A quick game of hide and seek, a little bit of tag in the mineshaft while you're, like, running from the mob spawning in a mineshaft. Except, I wonder why there aren't any mobs here. Huh. You sneaky little devil. You sneaky little devil trying to run from me. No, that should be 3, right? Come on. Where's the prize? How quickly do I have to find you? In this mod, the Rascal is entirely passive. If I hit it for some sick reason, it won't hit me back. However, we do need to watch out for the potion that it throws on the ground when it disappears, because I think it'll give us blindness if we're too close. The mineshaft would have obviously been, like, literally the perfect structure for this quick little game. And is that a win? Oh, that's a win. That's a win for sure. A brand new sword. The Deep Slate Sword. So the way this mod does it is really interesting. And to be honest, I don't know if something like this could ever make it into the vanilla game. But check this out. A Deep Slate Sword, Deep Slate Shovel, Deep Slate Pickaxe, a Deep Slate Axe, and Deep Slate Hoe. That's right. We've got a brand new set of tools in the game. Now, before we check out all these really cool tools, do you see what I've found down there? Rascal number 2 of the day. So, a second quick game. I mean, sure, why not? It is blindness. I thought so. That makes it way harder. I feel like this whole potion dropping mechanic could have totally made sense and potentially been something we end up seeing in the vanilla game. Like, oh, I heard it. I swear, it's gotta be like right up here or something. I swear I heard it. Alright, that's going nowhere, but over here, look at this. This definitely goes somewhere. This is so cool. Like, this is so, like, genuinely, like, so fun. This would have been so amazing. Like, you get bored in your world, you don't know what to do, head down to a mineshaft, and I heard it again. I heard it again. I keep hearing it every time. Oh, it's so interesting. So cool. I wish you guys could experience this. I wonder if these Rascals can teleport like multiple times, because I swear I just checked this hallway, or maybe I didn't, I don't know, they all look the same anyways, but the Rascal is right there, and well, an amethyst shard.
What a waste of time.
Alright, so anyways, these tools, let's take a look at them. These tools, though they may look absolutely insane, maybe like they're gonna be like super overpowered or something, they're actually pretty balanced. Here I have Iron Pickaxe, everybody knows and loves it. Even more loved is Diamond Pickaxe. Our fancy new and amazing looking Deep Slate Pickaxe is going to sit right in between those two. Check this out, you can kind of notice it here with a little speed test, slow, a little bit faster, and then definitely faster right there. When it comes to the durability of these tools, how do I turn that back on again? There we go. When it comes to the durability, right here, we have 250 max, we have 500 max, and then finally, 1500 and some max. For this next part, your eyes deceive you. No dolphins were harmed during the making of this video. If we use an iron sword and take this dolphin out, there's 2 hits right there. It wasn't going to survive on land anyways. We use the Deep Slate Sword, again, 2 hits. Finally, the Diamond Sword, we use that, again, in 2 hits. So, as we can see here, these swords are pretty balanced. A 6 attack damage, 6.5, and then 7. It fits in like perfectly. Finally here, I'd like to take a look at the aesthetics of this thing because it looks so good. Now this deep slate sword, oh no you don't, no you don't. Gotcha. These deep slate swords are not only made out of deep slate, but they're actually infused with bone as well. How did the Rascal make this, to be honest, quite evil sounding thing? I don't know. So you, third tries the charm? What do we got? Ah, yes, another amazing looking deep slate sword. This Rascal doesn't only drop the tools, it can drop a lot of other things, like amethyst shard. But also, sometimes, you might get ancient bones. You could think of these ancient bones sort of like an iron ingot or a diamond, if you will. Inside of the crafting table, with these ancient bones, place them in the shape of whatever tool you would usually make, and there you go. You get the tool. I'm absolutely in love with the Rascal and the whole concept of it. It's so cool. If I streamed, I could honestly do a whole stream of literally just hunting the Rascal in the mineshaft. It's safe to say, if the shy Rascal would have won, I mean, I wouldn't have been too sad. It's pretty cool. Back up on the surface with nothing other than my trusty pair of shears, and to be honest, in one of the scariest biomes of all time, I found something interesting. On the ground over here, we have a crafting table and a ton of materials. Let's check this out. Inside of the crafting table, pumpkin right there, carpet right there, and then finally, tough block right there, and voila, Tuff Golem statue. I really thought the Tuff Golem stood a chance. Like, genuinely, I thought this thing could have won, but I guess it wasn't even close. It is absolutely amazing, though. First things first, if the Tuff Golem would have won, the crafting would have been entirely different. If it won, maybe the recipe would have been something like this, except swap the carpet out for a wool block. Also, if this thing won, we would have gotten 16 different colors of it, which could have been pretty cool. To be honest, mod is amazing, top tier, but it seems like the Tuff Golem, out of the 3 choices we're going to look at, is the least finished mob. However, it does have a favorite item, which is really, really funny. So check this out. Right here, we go ahead and throw those things in there. We get ourselves a leather hat, or as I like to call it, for the ladies, a fedora. Now check out the fedora on my beautiful face. My hair is voluminous, which means it's like cutting into the fedora. If I go ahead and just take away the outer layer here of my skin, it's going to be a little horrendous, I guess, but the fedora does fit a little bit better. I look so good. We'll go ahead and put that skin back together, though, because I have no idea how to add a mouth to a Minecraft skin. So anyways, this leather cap, it's a brand new piece of leather armor. Compared to the other leather cap that's in the game, it's like exactly the same, just aesthetically a little bit different. One could even say a little bit fancier. So this one's actually a sneaky little reference. In the Tuff Golem reveal video, the Tuff Golem was holding a leather cap just like I had in game, and it was like its favorite thing, basically. Or at least according to the lore of this thing, that's how it goes. If added in game, the Tuff Golem would have been able to hold anything in the game, but how it works in this mod is only the leather cap, or at least right now. It's been a while since this mod's last update. I don't know if it's in development still. Anyways, if we have a leather fedora anywhere inside of our inventory and we press the use button on the Tuff Golem, it will hold that hat. It's removed from the inventory. Now, if I crouch and use the Tuff Golem, it comes alive, and look at this thing. It like walks around with this leather cap. Like, look at this thing. It's serving the birch tree of fedora, saying like, look, you could like use a little bit more style or something. I don't know. I love the eyes on this model right here. Like, they make it for me. the gigantic eyes just look so good. Adorable. And for the Tuff Golem in this mod, that's pretty much it. That's where it's at. If you crouch and interact with the Tuff Golem, it comes to life and it'll walk around. If I hold a leather cap, the Tuff Golem will be my best friend and follow me. They're obsessed with him. If I use the leather cap on the Tuff Golem, it will hold the leather cap. Oh yeah, and if you interact with the Tuff Golem, you'll get your leather cap back. It's great. Last and definitely not least, here we are over by sea. Oh my. Oh my indeed. What is this? Those are quite large eggs, my friend. I mean, look, obviously you know my backstory. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a paleontologist. That was my #1 job. Minecraft YouTuber wasn't even close, but I mean, look at me now. Not a paleontologist. Instead a failure. Alright, anyways, the Sniffer egg. You'll be able to find the Sniffer egg in this mod, sometimes actually just generating. How is this thing not hatched in millennia? I don't know. Good question. Sniffer egg is very similar to turtle egg. Logically, you cannot stand on Sniffer. Ooh, oh god. Oh, why did I? You can't stand on it. Don't do it. Apparent weight jokes aside, when you're looking for the Sniffer egg, it will be most commonly found generating in these small clusters by the ocean ruin. That's right, instead of inside of a chest, you find it on the ground. It won't hatch down here though. Down here on the ocean floor, if I break the sniffer egg with my hand, it will go away forever. However, down here in the ocean depths with my cleverly named Silk Touch pickaxe, if I Silk Touch the egg, our journey can begin. We're going to want to Silk Touch the sniffer egg, and then we get the sniffer egg item. This thing looks a lot like a spawn egg, but, well, actually, I guess in a way it is a spawn egg. After this, we would place the egg down on the land and then wait. The sniffer egg will only hatch on dry land, according to this mod, under the warmth of the sun. So I assume that means daytime. Give it enough time and eventually that egg will hatch into a baby sniffer, which from the start is relatively massive, like really big. For the purpose of today's video, we'll go ahead and speed this up with a sniffer spawn egg, adult sniffer, a baby sniffer, adult sniffer. Oh, that's a funny name.
Bruh.
Now this adult sniffer is where things get interesting. When the sniffer is in its baby phase, it doesn't really do anything. But when it's in its grown-up phase, if you give the sniffer a flower, its favorite thing in the world, it'll look around and like sniff and then start digging. When it digs, it'll find seeds. Not those seeds. That would be a disappointment. Now, if I'm not wrong, it seems that this whole digging process, it can fail sometimes. It's a little bit of a bummer, but then again, it does make sense. After all, it takes skill to find things. You can't just dig in the ground and then voila, all of a sudden, ancient seed, right? Please, friend. Please, friend. Please, friend, make it work this time. Ah, yes, it worked. Here we have a mysterious seed. Aside from the fact that the sniffer is very well probably a dinosaur, this might be my favorite part about it. So mysterious seed, we plant it on the ground just like we would with like a flower, and we get this right here. And now this is the start of a plant. It grows kind of like a crop, like we would give it time and it'll grow up. We can speed it up, however, with a little bit of bone meal. So bone meal, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, always beautiful. Now if we interact with this thing, we can walk right through it by the way. If we interact with it, we get this thing right here, a mysterious berry. Now you notice I'm a little bit hungry, mysterious berry. I can eat it. It gives me strange effects right there, right? It's ancient. But that's not all you can do with this mysterious fruit. So we'll go ahead and bone meal this again and bone meal it again. We get a couple. And now I have 2 sniffers right here. If I hold this mysterious berry, this sniffer all of a sudden is attracted to me. And it's not actually me, it's the berry. If you like the idea of repopulating your Minecraft world with sniffers, mysterious berry is where it's at. You feed mysterious berry to the 2 sniffers, they're gonna go ahead and breed, lay an egg, and then eventually the process begins again. You get a baby sniffer. But look, it gets even better. Let's say I had a sniffer over here on the beach, and then I wanted maybe the sniffer to like look around in the sand. Maybe, just maybe, to be able to find something. Depending on the block that the sniffer is standing on, it can actually find different types of seeds. Now again, not gonna work every single time. I think you failed. Oh, it worked, I didn't even realize it. Oh, that's amazing. Maybe do it again though. So if the sniffer digs on sand, instead of that mysterious seed, it's gonna find a glowing seed every single time. Now the glowing seed, just like the other one, it's a plant. If we plant it down, we get this. If we go ahead and use bone meal, that's the next stage, and then finally, the final stage right there. We go ahead and harvest this and hold the flower. Looking at the sniffer, it doesn't really care about me this time. The glowing flower is something completely different. Just like the other plant, you can eat the glowing flower if you want, but maybe that's not what you should do with it. Let's go ahead and flip things over to midnight. At midnight, we'll notice that this flower actually gives off a little bit of light. The more this glowing ancient plant grows up, the more light it will give off. A little bit, and then all the way when it's fully grown. If we harvest this and then use it on the ground, nothing. It doesn't work like that. Instead, if we were to say like, harvest this thing, get a whole growing op going, get a lot of them, then go over to the crafting table, combine it with sticks inside of this thing, we get a brand new type of torch. As far as I can tell with this one, it's all about the aesthetics here. It has the same brightness as the normal torch, just looks completely different. Anyways, it's the aesthetics. It's just kind of like a cool, different type of torch that you get, and it comes from an ancient plant. I don't know, it's cool looking. It almost looks like you have a light bulb on the top of a stick, right? Like, I don't know. Love the particle effects too. Really cool. Now finally here today, let's do a little bit of science. What if we had a sniffer on gravel this time? After all, gravel is completely different block, so Sniffer, go ahead and do some magic. You look, slowly, but surely, inevitably, you find a seed. Looking at this seed item, it's completely different. This time, we got something called a spiny seed. A little spoiler, I think if I had to pick a favorite, it would be this one. I really like that one, but the spiny seed is cool. If we plant it down on the ground and then walk in it, nothing happens quite yet. But if we go ahead and grow this plant up, again, with bone meal or time, eventually we get this thing right here. We walk in it now, it's like a sweet berry bush. It's taking a little bit of damage. It's not good. If we interact with this thing, we will get brand new, ancient lost, the cyan rose. Now, cyan rose, it's just another type of flower. Like all other flowers in the game, you can use this to make a dye. This is a super interesting concept, and honestly, all of these ones, but definitely this one, feels super vanilla-esque. Like, imagine having a bush, like the rose bush. It's actually like a bush this time, right? Like, I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. Also, the fact that we could turn this flower into cyan dye, that makes cyan dye so much easier to get. Unlike the other two ancient seeds that we've grown, the cyan rose cannot be eaten, which, I mean, I guess that doesn't make sense. After all, can you eat a dandelion, and would you even want to? If you want to, maybe you should get that checked out. That's a little weird. But anyways, the sniffer and the 3 ancient seeds that it can dig up, that's what we got. After experimenting with this mod a little while, and then of course recording this video, this honestly all just gets me way more hyped for the sniffer than I was before. I really hope that the sniffer digs up different plants, and I also really hope that these plants grow, kind of like, you know, like they do in the mod, or like the sweet berry bush. It's such an interesting concept. I love it, and I really can't wait. But what do you think? Out of the mobs that we looked at today, which one is your favorite? Has it changed, or is it still the exact same as that fateful voting day? If the mob intrigues you and you want to check it out, check out the description. I've got a link to it down there. A big shout out Patron Gang, Austin V, Andrew H, Gabriel Y, Paul P. Thank you. Smash a like for more modded videos, and on the end card, I'll put my modded video playlist to check it out. It's been me, Waddles. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, friends.